Welcome to the Ultimate Police Pursuit Countdown. These are the top 10 wildest high-speed chases, captured live from dash cams and body cams. One wrong move can change everything. Let's jump straight into the action.
Alright, I just about rigged out. I TV out. I TV out.
Alright, you rigged out.
On August 6th, 2024, while on patrol, Trooper spotted a driver speeding past him. Immediately, he activated his lights and sirens, getting closer to the vehicle. The suspect initially slowed down, but then suddenly accelerated at high speed, causing Trooper to lose sight of him. But just minutes later, Trooper Bird, known as one of the best, located the suspect and initiated a pursuit. But the troopers involved in the pursuit couldn't predict what would escalate that same night.
Brown Vic.
Supposedly you're trying to assault an officer.
I'm primary, we're up to 283.
Trooper Bird successfully stopped the suspect after executing a pit maneuver, but Sergeant Stephen Roberts, who was right behind him, couldn't see the suspect vehicle because of the dust. And, as you can guess, things didn't go as planned.
Alright, I just about rigged out. I TV out. I TV out.
Alright, you rigged out.
Sergeant Stephen Roberts drove straight into the suspect vehicle at a very high rate of speed. Unfortunately, that night, what started as a simple traffic stop turned into a tragedy. The suspect succumbed to their injuries as a result of the collision. Fortunately, Sergeant Roberts did not suffer serious injuries and was able to return to duty just a few days later. 2022, in Atlanta, Georgia, when a white Jeep Grand Cherokee blasted onto I-85 at over 100 miles per hour, weaving recklessly and showing no signs of slowing down, what starts as a dangerous high-speed pursuit is about to turn deadly. The suspect weaved recklessly, showing no regard for safety. With every swerve, the risk to innocent drivers grew. As the chase spiraled further out of control, more units raced to join in, closing in from every direction. Their mission was clear: stop this maniac before someone got seriously hurt. At the intersection, a passenger bails out on Edgewood Avenue, only to be immediately caught by troopers. But the driver wasn't ready to surrender. Back onto interstate, speeds soar past 100 miles per hour.
you got it. I got it.
After the pit, the SUV spins out, leaves the road, and crashes violently. When troopers rush in, they find the Jeep overturned and on fire. Two suspects, Broderick Dunn and Amarian Clotter, are pulled from the wreckage unresponsive. CPR and tourniquets are applied, but it's too late. Both men are pronounced dead. Nearby, a bloody AR-15 rifle lies in the grass, recovered as evidence. The third suspect, Montavious Lovejoy, was already wounded from a prior gunshot before the chase even began. He was taken to Grady Hospital and survived.
We just hit him right here. Stop!
On Friday, February 9th, 2024, Trooper Victor Garcias attempted to stop a speeding vehicle in the city of Jonesboro. The suspect, a 19-year-old driver, was speeding and failed to pull over when the trooper activated his emergency lights and sirens, initiating a pursuit. What started as a routine traffic stop quickly escalated into a high-speed chase.
About to go southbound.
Careful.
White car. Let's have some lights on. Looks like it's driving today.
Three jump direct. Careful.
Go down there. Don't go
John
back.
Walker, state 1063 for state call, 1063 for state call, on all traffic.
Alright, we're still southbound coming through the park. Like a black male driver, no tags. Speed 75.
As soon as Trooper Garcias closed the gap, the suspect began to swerve off the road, trying to avoid vehicles ahead and make a quick escape. But the trooper stayed right on his tail, refusing to give the suspect any advantage in the pursuit. Despite the suspect's desperate attempts, Trooper Garcias remained determined and kept the pressure on.
Turning on Fox Meadow. Turning right on Fox Meadow. Careful. Making a right on Southbrook. Try to fit it here.
342 with your traffic light.
There's no traffic here.
Simple. Get it in as soon as you can.
Alright, we just hit him right here. Stop! Get chased!
Trooper Garcias caught up to the suspect once again and was able to successfully execute a pit maneuver, bringing the vehicle to a stop. But the suspect, 19-year-old Carlavion Yuan Williams, didn't give up so easily. He exited the vehicle and fled on foot. However, it didn't take long before the trooper deployed his taser and Williams was quickly stopped and taken into custody. Williams was arrested and charged with multiple offenses: fleeing on foot, speeding, tampering with physical evidence, and first-degree criminal mischief. He was given a $15,000 bond and released a few days later.
You're under arrest!
2025, in Broward County, Florida. The Florida Highway Patrol's Criminal Interdiction Unit teamed up with the Broward Sheriff's Office to stop a dangerous fugitive wanted on multiple felony warrants. The target was a black Mercedes SUV rolling through Sunrise Boulevard. When troopers closed in, the driver refused to surrender. With traffic ahead and sirens closing behind, the Mercedes surged forward, weaving recklessly through lanes.
You're behind it? Number one lane eastbound?
I don't see him yet. Run away from us. Yeah, I don't know. Right there for me. There you go. Guys, let us stop it.
Go for it.
All right.
Espérate. Where you at, Bodeon?
No. On top. It's right there.
A first pit attempt spun the SUV, but chaos followed. The driver bailed mid-spin, and the front seat passenger slid behind the wheel, keeping the chase alive. The Mercedes pushed westbound, swerving through cars at high speed. Troopers knew this was no ordinary pursuit. Every second the suspect stayed on the road, the risk to innocent lives multiplied. Holding their line, they closed the gap once again.
I got you. Hey, they're still going! Go out the window!
Be careful, be careful!
Careful!
Any additional units in the area of I-95 and Sunrise?
The impact sent the SUV spinning, overturning before slamming to a stop in the grassy median. The chase was finished. One by one, the suspects stumbled out of the wreck and were taken into custody. Inside the vehicle, officers found not just fugitives but firepower. 3 firearms recovered on scene. From felony warrants to a violent chase across Sunrise Boulevard, it all ended the same way, under arrest, facing justice in Broward County Jail. 5th, 2025, just before 1 a.m., Garland County deputies were chasing a stolen blue BMW SUV. They called in Arkansas State Police for backup, and it didn't take long for troopers to catch up. The suspect wasn't slowing down, and things were about to get dangerous.
On page 13, as soon as you clear those houses, that's going to be your only shot before it turns to dirt. $7,700 block of spray, $7,700 block.
As the pursuit entered Lonsdale, the trooper took over the lead position. The suspect drove aggressively, swerving, braking hard, and cutting across the road, shutting down every single pit attempt. And with narrow road, tight turns, and uneven terrain, the kind you rarely see in police chases, things weren't exactly going in the trooper's favor. But that didn't stop him from trying again.
Boxing in. I need his life that started now.
The suspect, identified as Sean O'Brien, didn't get far. After the final pit sent the BMW rolling into a ditch, deputies moved in and took him into custody. Both cars wrecked and one suspect arrested, and one trooper proving that no matter the terrain, you don't outrun Arkansas State Police. O'Brien now faces a stack of charges, including theft, fleeing, reckless driving, and more. This chase may have started on his terms, but it ended hard.
We're just short of 53rd southbound. He doesn't have any tread lift on his tires. There's no traffic on our side.
On Friday, July 7th, 2023, a black Tahoe sped past as the trooper patrolled westbound on Asher Avenue. Activating emergency lights, the trooper caught up to the vehicle near University Avenue. The driver, later identified as Marvin Jenkins, initially slowed down but kept moving, initiating a pursuit.
Looks like they might be pulling into the Circle K. Guess on 1037.
As soon as the suspect made it back onto the road after circling a gas station, the trooper saw the perfect opportunity. With the road clear and no traffic in sight, the trooper decided to go for the pit maneuver, knowing a chance like this might not come again.
His car's pretty disabled. Like, we're just short of 53rd southbound. He doesn't have any tread lift on his tires. There's no traffic on our side.
It's crazy how the suspect still chooses to flee after all that, thinking he can outrun a state trooper with two blown tires.
Yeah, he's still trying to drop.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Put your hands up!
To your house, they had hit my car. They hit your car. I'm paralyzed, sir. I'm paralyzed. They hit your car, Mom. I was trying to take you to your house.
The trooper made contact with Jenkins and placed him in handcuffs without further incident. MEMS arrived to evaluate Jenkins, but he reported no injuries and declined treatment. After confirming they couldn't accommodate him, a written refusal for admission was obtained. Asher Wrecker responded to tow Jenkins's vehicle, and he was cited for fleeing, speeding more than 15 miles per hour over the limit, reckless driving, and improper lane change. Jenkins was then released to the care of his mother. On April 18, 2024, a driver from Texas found himself in trouble when he was pulled over by an Arkansas state trooper for driving 55 miles per hour in a 45 miles per hour zone. As the trooper approached the vehicle, he noticed the driver wasn't wearing a seatbelt and could smell the odor of marijuana. When the trooper instructed the driver to exit the vehicle, the driver accelerated and fled the stop, initiating a pursuit. That was likely the reason the driver fled the stop. During the pursuit, the driver could be seen throwing marijuana out of the car in an attempt to get rid of the evidence. The driver came across an unexpected obstacle, a random driver who ended up being the reason the chase came to an end. It's crazy how he fled the stop, only to be stopped in this way.
He's bailing. You better stop! I'm gonna tase you! I'm gonna tase you! You better stop! We are.
The driver exited his vehicle and attempted to flee on foot, but a trooper quickly deployed a taser, stopping him in his tracks. He was arrested and taken into custody without further incident. In Alachua County, Florida, on July 12, 2022, a Florida Highway Patrol trooper tried to pull over Victoria Piedescalzo and her boyfriend Raekwon Munnerlin for speeding 67 miles per hour in a 45 miles per hour zone. When the trooper activated lights and sirens, the driver pulled into a gas station, but what happened next was far from simple. As soon as the trooper approached the vehicle, the driver made a quick decision to flee, sparking a high-speed pursuit.
Come back, uniform Charlie, Echo 901. We got the car, made contact, and took off on us. He's reaching for something in the back.
At this point, multiple patrol vehicles joined the chase, turning this into a full-blown pursuit with units closing in on the suspects.
Sorry, we got to make contact with him. Signal 12 67 and 45, he's changing lanes. Jordy, wait.
While the woman was quickly arrested, her boyfriend made a run for it, exiting the vehicle and fleeing on foot, keeping the chase alive. The suspect tried to escape by attempting to get into other vehicles, but he was quickly stopped when the trooper deployed a taser. Both he and his girlfriend were arrested and taken into custody, bringing this chase to a safe end. On April 26, 2022, Milwaukee police engaged in a high-speed chase with a homicide suspect. During the pursuit, the driver reached speeds of up to 119 miles per hour. The suspect swerved across 3 lanes to take an exit, continuing to drive at high speeds in a dangerously reckless manner. Recognizing the escalating risk, the trooper alerted other units and requested backup as the pursuit grew more intense and hazardous.
Down towards Clybourne, going southbound, and get this way southbound, he's going to get onto 94 westbound. Give me a silver and black, fast 10. Guys, just switch to emergency. Give me a street name, instead of an exit number.
The trooper continued chasing the suspect down the highway. The suspect began slowing down, and trooper decided to not execute pit maneuver to see if the suspect is willing to pull over on his own.
Spike, left tire, rear.
One trooper successfully deployed spike strips, deflating the suspect's tires and slowing the pursuit.
Stone Eye 43. 3 tires deflated. Three tires. Back right tires also stuck. Slowing down. Mile marker 42. Slowing down. Way down.
Before 42, they're ordering subjects outside of the vehicle.
You got me, bro?
2 troopers exited a patrol car and instructed suspect to exit the vehicle one by one. They were both arrested and taken into custody without further incident, bringing the chase to an end. On January 21, 2024, while patrolling near Mayflower, Arkansas State Trooper was informed by the Troop A Communications Center that the Conway Police Department was pursuing a black Toyota RAV4. With the potential to intercept the pursuit, the trooper activated emergency equipment and proceeded eastward. Upon joining the pursuit, the trooper quickly began closing the distance to execute a pit maneuver. However, the suspect attempted to thwart the effort by repeatedly brake-checking the trooper and erratically changing lanes. For a significant portion of the pursuit, the suspect drove recklessly in the middle of the road or even in the oncoming traffic lane. This forced the trooper to exercise extreme caution and wait for the perfect opportunity to safely stop the vehicle, as any misstep could have caused serious harm to innocent people. The trooper executed a successful TVI, spinning the vehicle off the road into a ditch. The suspect fled on foot but was tackled and arrested without further incident. A search revealed stolen property, and the suspect now faces charges of driving on a suspended license, shoplifting, and felony fleeing. Trooper Duroff was requested to assist Chief and the Detroit DEA office with a buy-bust operation near the listed venue. Once the move-in signal was given by the DEA agents, Trooper Duroff attempted to initiate a traffic stop on the suspect vehicle in the parking lot of the venue. However, the suspect vehicle fled and intentionally rammed two unmarked police vehicles near the venue.
Northbound, he just took a westbound shot to the alley.
Trooper Duroff was the primary unit in the pursuit, and as the suspect ran multiple red lights, he began closing the distance between them. Realizing the increasing danger, Trooper Duroff focused on maintaining control of the situation and strategically closed in on the suspect. Trooper Duroff managed to get close enough to execute a pit maneuver, but it was unsuccessful, and the suspect was able to regain control of the vehicle, continuing the pursuit. Despite the significant damage to the suspect vehicle, it didn't stop the suspect from driving recklessly, showing complete disregard for the safety of other drivers on the road.
Crossing traffic, getting on northbound 75. Northbound 75.
South Alley 175. South Alley 175.
The pursuit was eventually terminated without capturing the suspect. However, the suspect vehicle was later located by DEA and MSP detectives abandoned. The vehicle was towed to Metro South for further investigation. 2022, when a trooper Matthew was stationary monitoring traffic, when a white SUV flew past him well over the posted speed limit. He pulled onto the highway, lights and sirens blaring, trying to make a simple traffic stop, but as it usually goes, this wouldn't end with a ticket. It would turn into a high-speed chase. As the suspect hit the shoulder to pass a truck, he nearly lost control, the SUV swerving wildly before straightening out. But that didn't slow him down. He kept weaving through traffic, pushing past 100 miles per hour. No matter what the suspect did, the trooper stayed right behind him, locked on, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. This is what happens when you drive at speeds higher than your IQ, and this is how Arkansas state troopers get things done. After waiting for the perfect moment, the trooper went straight in, slamming into the suspect's vehicle and ending the chase no matter the speed. The suspect was quickly arrested and taken into custody. When asked, he said it was his first time in Arkansas, and the trooper made sure to welcome him the right way. On May 6, 2024, in Fort Myers, Florida, Highway Patrol initiated a high-speed pursuit of a stolen Dodge Charger. After locating the vehicle, troopers activated their emergency lights and sirens. The driver initially pulled over, but the moment the trooper exited the patrol car, the suspect hit the gas and fled, igniting a dangerous chase. The suspect drove recklessly throughout the pursuit, and at one point he exceeded speeds of 130 miles per hour, further escalating the danger on the road. The trooper stayed close to the suspect throughout the entire pursuit and even attempted a pit maneuver. However, it was unsuccessful, and the suspect continued to flee, intensifying the chase. Trooper attempted a pit maneuver once again, and this time it was successful. The suspect was stopped and arrested along with his girlfriend. They were both taken into custody without further incident. On September 20th, 2023, at approximately 23:07 hours, Trooper Lucas was westbound on Interstate 440 near mile marker 2. Two racing vehicles passed in the 3-lane at an estimated 150 miles per hour. The lead vehicle exited for Interstate 30 eastbound, while a white Dodge Challenger continued westbound. Trooper Lucas notified dispatch of the pursuit, and another state trooper near mile marker 137 confirmed visual contact as the Challenger approached the 65th Street exit. Pursuit was initiated with Trooper Lucas as the primary unit. The suspect reached speeds exceeding 150 miles per hour, demonstrating a blatant disregard for the safety of other drivers on the road. It's crucial to emphasize that such behavior is unacceptable. This clip serves as a reminder to learn from these mistakes and prioritize safety while driving. Trooper Lucas finally closed the gap on the suspect and successfully executed a pit maneuver, bringing the vehicle to a stop. This decisive action ensured the safety of everyone on the road and ended the high-speed chase.
Let me see your right now! You! Let me see your hands! Crawl towards me! Crawl towards me right now! Crawl out of the car! Crawl out of the car! Hey!
The suspect and the passenger were arrested and taken into custody without further incident, bringing the situation to a safe and orderly conclusion.
Stop.
On March 1st, 2025, legendary Trooper Bird was stationary when he spotted a driver exceeding the posted speed limit. Trooper Bird quickly put his vehicle in drive and observed the driver with lights and sirens activated, after which the driver pulled over to the side of the road. As soon as the trooper exited the patrol car, the driver accelerated and fled the stop. Trooper Bird quickly got back into his patrol car, initiated a pursuit, and notified dispatch.
Westbound bodycam, black male with a 1030. We are turning south on Shackelford. South on Shackelford. Come on, car. Speed 80, light traffic, still southbound on Shackelford. That 28 is Arkansas Avenue on Charles, 134. Still southbound on Shackelford. I'm fixing the TBI. It's Shackelford and Ethan Allen. TBI. Continuing southbound on Shackelford. Heading for Orange right now. Stop.
Trooper Bird quickly executed 2 pit maneuvers, and after the second attempt, it seemed like the driver was finally stopped. But not just yet.
Another bell TBI. He tried to stop and brake check me multiple times. Got a black male running on foot up toward the church. Stop! You'll get tased! Stop!
After bailing out of the vehicle, the suspect fled on foot, but a short chase ended when he was struck by a taser and apprehended in a church parking lot. He was charged with fleeing on foot, possession of a controlled substance, reckless driving, no seatbelt, no insurance, driving on a suspended license, speeding more than 15 over, failure to obey a stop sign, driving left of center. 9th, 2024 at 12:55 p.m., Arkansas State Police Corporal Arnold spotted a black Dodge Charger tailgating a semi on I-30 eastbound near mile marker 76. Corporal then catch up with lights and sirens activated and the driver pulled over. But just as the corporal approached the vehicle, the driver took off, kicking off a high-speed pursuit. As the chase progressed, the suspect hit 150 miles per hour. The trooper pushed 130 but still couldn't close the gap, but eventually the suspect slowed down, giving the trooper a chance to catch up. The suspect had no choice but to slow down. That's when Corporal Arnold made his move, sending the Charger straight into the ditch. Mr. Penny was taken into custody without further incident and transported to the Clark County Detention Center. One reckless decision, and now he's facing multiple charges. 2025, in Wolf Street and Franklin Street, Arkansas, when a simple traffic stop for a minor violation turned into chaos, when the driver, 37-year-old Colby Jamal Taylor, chose flight over compliance. What followed was a pursuit through multiple neighborhoods that pushed officers to their limits. The stop began with the smell of marijuana rolling from Taylor's vehicle. When backup arrived, he made his choice. Windows up, accelerator down.
You gotta roll the window down. Roll it down. Left on curricle. TBI.
The primary trooper lined up and hit the suspect with a pit, spinning the car, but the suspect mashed the gas and kept running. That's when Trooper Medley stepped in, sliding into the primary spot and picking up right where the last trooper left off. With the suspect still refusing to give up, the chase was far from over. As his car spun out, Taylor bailed while the vehicle was still moving, sprinting toward Robinson. The foot pursuit was short-lived. Officers wrestled him down, but Taylor wasn't finished resisting. Even in custody, he spit at officers and fought being restrained. Taylor's arrest revealed the deeper story. A convicted felon, armed and in possession of drugs, running on suspended insurance with no regard for public safety. His charges stacked high: felony fleeing, resisting arrest, possession of controlled substances, drug paraphernalia, and possession of a firearm by a felon.
He crashed into the house.
Get on the grass!
On May 5th, 2024, in Huber Heights, Ohio, Kenneth Leroy Haught took road rage to the next level. He reportedly shot out a car window and rammed another vehicle on State Route 4. After fleeing the scene, Haught led police on a high-speed chase.
Correct. That's the one that has the gun. We'll start matting to fire.
All right, looks like he's going to try to take a ramp. If he does, I'm going to hit it.
You're clear. He's restricted. Clear.
I think he's going to hand out the window. If he shoots, I'm doing him.
Clear.
I have anybody close.
450, 450.
Come south, he's gonna do New Carlisle Pike. It's a white male, gray hair, and I think I got lined up for pit. Alright, failed pit, continuing northbound, coming to Taylor's.
Knowing the suspect was armed, the officer stayed on high alert throughout the chase. A TVI was attempted but failed. Still, the officer remained close to the suspect.
They were out in point, and I think he just tossed a gun. Could be car parts coming off.
10, we're going to be continuing westbound on Scotusville. Speeds are about 40-ish. Going for the curves. He went into a house, came up to a house.
He crashed into the house.
Get on the grass!
The suspect got out of the car and pointed an AR-15 at officers. One officer fired back, hitting Haught.
99! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Take the one, take the one. Check around front. He ran around front.
I think
Stop! Now! Stop! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Do not move! On your face!
You trying to shoot me?
Kenneth Leroy Haught was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The weapon turned out to be a full-auto air rifle. He was charged with felonious assault, tampering with evidence, and obstructing official business. In December 2024, Haught was sentenced to 3 years in prison. The way plan involves beer and bad decisions. Things don't end well. On May 14, 2025, a White County deputy tried stopping a gold Pontiac Grand Am for careless driving, but the driver had no plans to pull over, and moments later, Arkansas State Police joined the pursuit.
Report, I'm trying to take primary. White County's trying to box them in. I'm behind them. Report, go tell White County to back off. I'll pit him.
The idea of boxing him in wasn't working. It only made the suspect driving even worse. And that's the last thing a trooper wants in a high-speed chase.
You get White County to back off. Looks like he's going to make the 42.
Can't run them.
The trooper executed a pit at 110 miles per hour, and it was game over for the suspect. But let's rewind for a second and see how it all looked from the troopers trailing behind.
TBI. Let me see your hand! Let me see your hand! Get out of the car! Hands up now!
Get out of the car!
When the suspect finally stepped out with beer bottle in hand, that's when the trooper deployed his taser, dropping him against the car before he hit the ground. Moments later, he was in cuffs and transported to the White County Detention Center. In May 20th, 2024, authorities were alerted about a white Kia SUV spotted driving through Glendale, Wisconsin. Upon further investigation, it was found that the vehicle's license plates had been stolen from Milwaukee, though they were not registered to the Kia. Soon after, an officer identified the SUV parked at a local mall with 34-year-old Pierre Webb, who was on felony probation for a previous burglary conviction, behind the wheel. As the officer attempted to make a traffic stop, Pierre sped off, driving recklessly and reaching speeds exceeding 90 miles per hour.
And it's doing a U-turn. Male black driver, dreadlocks, southbound Green Bay from Silver. Speeds are 40.
White Kia,
This one to the red. Slow short, however, Miller. Speeds are about 50.
The suspect continued driving recklessly, running a red light before crashing into another vehicle. After the collision, he quickly exited the car and fled the scene on foot.
Rack. 782 1050. Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
As officers gave chase, another squad car inadvertently blocked their path, causing one officer to lose his balance and crash headfirst into the vehicle.
Get on the ground! You good? Hey, you okay?
After the suspect reached a dead end at a gas station, officers quickly brought him to a stop when one deployed a taser.
Get on the ground! You gotta get on the ground! 782, I've got him at the back of the mobile gas station. Stay on the ground.
Hold on. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Shut up for a second.
Hold on, I can't breathe. Come in my mouth.
You okay?
Where are you hurt?
My back.
Were you hit?
He cut in front. I ate it in the car.
I can't breathe. Hold on.
Stay on the ground or you're gonna get tased again.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
During the crash, the occupants of the two vehicles involved, including a woman and her baby, sustained injuries. The officer who collided with a squad car complained of severe back pain and was taken to the hospital. Pierre, who also sustained a broken rib and a fractured left hand, was treated at the hospital as well. As a result, Pierre and his accomplice faced multiple felony charges, including recklessly endangering safety, vehicle fleeing and eluding an officer, resisting an officer causing injury, and misdemeanor concealing stolen property. His bond was set at $115,000. 2020, a trooper overheard radio traffic from Jonesboro PD about a robbery in progress at the Dollar General on Southwest Drive. Being nearby, he responded to assist. As he headed west on Browns Lane Access Road, dispatch reported the suspects had fled north on Southwest Drive in a silver passenger car.
Good spot. 1519 Sheriff's Office. Move on scene. Level 15 at 10:50 for post office. Southbound. Oh, you active? Somebody send me one? Cancel 612.
Let me pass them. I'm primary.
Trooper Tanner took over the pursuit as the primary unit, and despite the suspect reaching speeds of 130 miles per hour, he waited for the road to clear. Once he had the opportunity, he went for the pit. After the pit, the suspect lost control and veered off the road to the right. Trooper Tanner immediately advised dispatch to start EMS due to the high-speed crash. The vehicle went into a small patch of trees, and because of poor lighting, officers couldn't locate it right away. It was later found about 250 feet from where it left the roadway.
Dispatch, we've got entrapment, need fire. Crawl out! Sound of my voice, crawl out or you're gonna get dog bit! I'm going over there, you cover this side. Got it. Stay out on the ground! Crawl out! Stay on the ground! Stay on the ground, come out! One at gunpoint. Hands behind your back!
The passenger exited the vehicle and was arrested without incident. The driver, however, was found unresponsive with no pulse. Troopers immediately pulled him from the vehicle and attempted life-saving measures, but it was too late. This chase ended in tragedy and the driver was pronounced dead at the scene. 27th, just before midnight, Grant County deputies were locked in a pursuit on I-530. The suspect was in a Dodge Challenger barreling north toward Little Rock. At 11:32 p.m., Arkansas State Police joined in. The Challenger was easy to spot, but hard to catch. The driver swerved wildly at high speeds, darting across lanes and making dangerous maneuvers that turned the interstate into a racetrack. The TVI at 140 miles per hour sent the Challenger spinning until it slammed against the concrete barrier on I-30, facing the wrong way. It should have been the end, but this driver wasn't ready to give up. Before the car even rolled to a complete stop, the door flew open. He bolted out, wearing a white shirt with green sleeves and jeans, and launched himself over the guardrail into the night. Troopers and deputies rushed to contain the scene, but in the chaos of interstate traffic and dark streets, the suspect slipped away on foot toward 13th and Locust. The Challenger was secured and hauled off. Its owner was sitting in the passenger seat during the entire pursuit, refused to cooperate, offering no real information on the driver's identity.